Hello, let's talk about the future of Britain. Now, no one can see the future as in the actual future, but there is one accurate way to predict it. If you want to know the future of a country, look back in history. If you want new ideas, read an old book. If you do not learn your history, you are cursed to repeat it. In order to see what's gonna be the future of Britain, and not only Britain, West in general, let's look a bit in the past. And let's look in the past of another country. Let's take Iran. So in the 60s and 70s, Iran was the cultural center of Middle East. It was the liberal center of Middle East. The best schools, liberal culture. You can look it up. Go on the internet and look up pictures from Iran from the 60s and 70s. And you will pretty much see a society that looks like a Western society looks today, as in liberal. People on the beach, swimming suits and all that. Now, what happened with Iran? So, Iran had all this liberal culture and all these known and good universities and higher education and all that. So they decided to open borders for all the neighboring countries, mostly Muslim countries, and allow everybody in their schools and in their institutions. They wanted to be an egalitarian society. So they wanted to integrate everybody. So they started putting in key position in institutions, government institutions, people from outside, people from different cultures, because they wanted equality for everybody. They filled their schools with teachers from other cultures. They filled their institutions with people from other cultures. They filled their government, their army, their police with people from other countries. Once the Muslim population reached about 15, maybe 20% of Muslims in Iran, in 79 you had the revolution, Islamic revolution in Iran. Now, how come 15, maybe 20% of the population managed to overpower 85% of the population? Well, that's simple. By that time, all the institutions were filled by other cultures. Once you allow other cultures to infiltrate your institutions, you hire 4, 5, 6 of them. In a few years, all of them will be like that, because they only hire their own people. So once they get a foothold in, they will only hire their people. They will not be equal towards you. They will not hire you. They will exclude you. And you can't say anything about it because you are racist if you say, oh, but how come the police didn't stop it? How come the army didn't stop it? Same story. All the leaders in the police and the army were from the other culture, because they've been hired, and then they've hired more like them. And there you go, successful revolution. And there you go, all the liberties gone, There you go, all the culture gone. There are documented cases where, because back then in Iran, on your driver's license or your passport, you also had your religion. Now you don't really have that in many places, but the religion was stated on your driver's license or your ID or passport, something. And there were road stops by the other culture, and they will ask for your ID. If your ID said a different religion, there are documented cases where whole families have been gunned down in their cars at a traffic stop because other culture came into power. Other culture grabbed monopoly on power, and when they grabbed the monopoly on power, they did not share the power. They use it and abuse it. So if you want to see into the future, if you want to see into UK's future, France's future, Germany's future, look back in time. If you know history, you can predict the future. Stay safe.